Bangkok is the city of angels. It's a paradise right here on earth. There's so much to do here. A great city. But if you're not careful, it'll eat you alive and spit you out. We're going to talk about the pitfalls of living in Bangkok, and we'll do it right now. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia. Having a little coffee here at MBK Mall. Had to do some tech shopping earlier, so we're in a good time of year. It's the beginning of rainy season, so it's cooler temps, so this is a good time to come out here to Bangkok and enjoy everything Bangkok has to offer. That is a cautionary tale, though, because if you enjoy too much, Bangkok could literally eat you up and spit you out. It's a very unforgiving city. So let's talk about that right now. All right, let's start with the obvious. The nightlife here in Bangkok is off the chain. There's everything you can possibly imagine. Rooftop bars, clubs, ladyboy clubs, craft beer, great pubs. You name it, they've got it here in Bangkok. And if you're fresh off the plane and you've never been here before, like me about 2.5, 3 years ago, it was overwhelming. It really was. And if you're not careful, it could really overwhelm you. So the trap is, it's easy to really enjoy the nightlife here in Bangkok. And before you know it, you may be coming out every night. And that could become a habit. Before you know it, your savings are gone, your health is failing, and you end up being just another washed up farang and soy cowboy. I've seen it. I've seen these people that live in Bangkok, but especially if you get to like Pattaya, these guys probably look 15 years older than they actually are. And they walk around like they've lost their soul and they're just waiting to die. And it's a daily thing for them to get up at 10 in the morning. You know, you sleep in, get up at 10, and the first thing you do is you head to the nearest bar and you get yourself a Singha or a Leo or a Tiger or Chang or something like that. And you meet with other guys that are just like you, and you end up being there all day. And you're either looking at the girls and maybe get a short time by the end of the day, or you're complaining about how miserable things are back at home or how miserable your life is here, and you bring it on yourself. If you fall into that trap, it's hard to get out of that trap. So here's what I would do, and this is what I do. You budget for entertainment. So I don't go out every night. I go out maybe once a week, sometimes twice, depending if I've got friends in town, but I purposely budget for entertainment. I put that in my monthly budget. And once I spend that monthly budget of entertainment, I'm done for the month. If I spend it all too early, that's it, I'm done. You know, I got a week left before the month's up, before I get my next cash flow in. If I don't have any of that money left for entertainment, I'm done. I'm sitting at home basically and eating street food for the rest of the month. But you have to do that, and you have to live like you're actually living here. Don't live like you're on vacation. Now, for those of you that are on vacation here for 2 weeks and you've got that money and you got it all figured out, it's like, I got a 2-week budget, I'm gonna blow it, that's fine. If that's what you wanna do, that's fine, do it. Make sure you got enough to get home. That's the only thing I would say. But if you're planning on living here or staying here for an extended period of time, you know, 60, 90 days or more, live like you live here. Don't live like you're on holiday, because if you live every day like you're on a holiday, you're gonna blow through money really quick. Other things you might wanna do is, instead of going out drinking every night and clubbing every night, explore the rest of Bangkok. There's so much in Bangkok that they have to offer here. They've got temples, the day markets, the night markets, the weekend markets, other cultural sites. It doesn't all have to be party. There's so many things to do here in Bangkok. Go to a Muay Thai boxing event. There's 2 big stadiums here that you can find live Muay Thai boxing every night of the week. They've got a football team here, soccer, for those of you that don't live in the US, soccer team, but they call it football here. They've got a good football team here, and they've got a nice stadium, so you can check that out when it's in season. The main thing is, don't just make everything that has to do with going out at night or during the day surrounded by alcohol or adult entertainment. All right, number 2 is the visa game. You know, you might think it's pretty easy to come here on a tourist visa and stay long term. It's not, and it's getting harder all the time. They're really cracking down on what's going on with the tourists coming in and out of Thailand. You can come in visa free, most countries, for 60 days, and then you can extend another 30. So you get 90 days. And it used to be you could just bounce to Cambodia and bounce right back and start that process over again and do that throughout the year. It's not like that anymore. They're being a little more strict as far as doing those short-term border runs. So really you have to be strategic about if you want to stay here long-term on a tourist visa, you really need to leave the country for an extended period of time and then come back and start that process over again. It's not impossible, it's just a little harder than it was before. You know, I've heard stories, I've seen stories about getting denied entry back into Bangkok, getting deported, getting blacklisted. Most of that is because you're not keeping up with what's going on here in Bangkok as far as immigration and visas. So you got to stay on top of things because things can literally change daily here. And if you're not on top of it, and if you just think you got it figured out and you haven't done any research, you could be in for a big, rude awakening because the way things change here, it could really affect what you're doing. Other options is, you know, if you want to stay long term, get another visa. Then you don't have to worry about, are they going to let me back in when I come back? You know, there's education visas, so you can learn Thai language, you can learn Muay Thai boxing, you can learn Thai cooking. That's just a few things you can do on an education visa. Look into it, do some research. That's what I've been doing. Look at agencies that will help you and schools that are legit, that work with the immigration department here, and you should be fine. But those are other things. Retirement visas, long-term visas, you know, the DTV, the Destination Thai visa might be an option. Long-term visas or just regular retirement visas are all options too that you should look into. That way you don't have to worry about, if I leave the country, can I get back in? All right, number 3, dating disasters. Yeah, Thai women, beautiful, charming. Many of them are very interested in the Farang, the light-skinned foreigners, right? But don't get it twisted. Some are looking for love. Some are looking for your wallet. So there's a lot of expats that fall under that fantasy. Young, beautiful Thai girl, looks like she's fallen for you. And these guys confuse attention with affection. And what happens is they end up supporting not only her, but her family and her family's family and the sick Carabao and whatever else might come up. Basically, you become a walking ATM. Or worse, you could get scammed, you can get cheated on, you can get drained financially. Another thing to worry about is falling in love with a bar girl or a freelancer. Now, there's probably a small percentage of those freelancers that want to get out of that rut and will actually fall for a guy, and she may make a great long-term relationship. But the majority of them are probably just using you to get to the next thing. So take your time, learn about Thai culture, because a true Thai woman who's truly looking for a relationship moves slower. Try to learn a little bit of the language, try to assimilate a little bit. They will really appreciate that. Meet girls outside of the bar scene. That's going to help it tremendously. Build real connections. And above all, keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel, so to speak, and use good judgment. If it feels transactional, it probably is. Number 4, health and wellness. Don't neglect it. I've talked about this before. You see guys in Pattaya or even here in Bangkok, they look 15 years older than they are. I've seen guys that are younger than me that look older than me because they've allowed their souls to be taken by Bangkok, by the system. They've fallen into that rut where they're not taking care of their health. It's super easy to let things slide here. Cheap beer, pad thai daily, little or no exercise, poor sleep, cannabis or substance, you know, you got that too. It's all readily available here. And before long, you're 25 pounds heavier than you were when you got here. Your blood pressure's up, and you look like you're 65 when you're only 50. Get health insurance. Even if you're young, get health insurance. You know, maybe you've got a emergency fund of savings. Use your savings for the small health issues that come up on a monthly basis maybe, and get that health insurance for those large catastrophic things that happen where you really need that insurance to cover all those expenses. One thing good here in Thailand and Bangkok, hospitals are super excellent here. You got great health care here, and it's relatively cheap. So that's a big plus here in Bangkok and here in Thailand. If you're living in a condo that's got a fitness center, take advantage of that fitness center. Walk in the park. They've got great parks. Lumpini, Benjikiti, Benjisiri parks, just a few. But they got fantastic green areas here in Bangkok that you can do some walking in, get maybe 5,000 or 10,000 steps in a day. Walk early in the morning or in the evening where it's cooler, and then you're not going to sweat like a storm anymore. All right, number 5, financial burnout. Bangkok can be cheap. It can feel cheap, but if you allow it, it's going to add up, especially if you like living like a baller. So I watched a video the other day, and this guy is living he was living in Bangkok, and I think he moved back to the Philippines, or he moved to the Philippines because he said it was too expensive here in Bangkok. If you let it be too expensive, it will be too expensive. This guy's talking about having a private chef. Well, he didn't really have a private chef. He went to a grocery store that are in the high-end malls called Gourmet Market, and they've got this thing called You Hunt, We Cook. And so you go around, you pick the food out you like, and then you take it to a chef that's right there, and they'll cook it for you. You can eat it there, or you can take it home. But there's an expense involved in that, and the expense in the cooking of it, and the expense of the items that you purchase there, because this gourmet market is just like it sounds. It's gourmet. It's higher end. So instead of shopping there, shop at Big C groceries or shop at Lotus's groceries. You're going to find the same things for a lot less cost, and you're going to save a lot of money. So, you know, eat street food more. It's so cheap to eat street food. Go to night markets, whatever. Shop, instead of shop at these high-end malls, shop at the night markets where you can get nice shirts. Like I got this shirt for under $2, you know, and it's a nice shirt, and quality is pretty decent. My shoes cost me $35, my tennis shoes, nice shoes. But you can shop cheaper here, and you can live pretty cheap instead of a high-end condo, luxury condo where you're maybe spending more than you need. Find something a little more mid-range. Find something that's not in that central Bangkok area, that's a little more out of the way, but still convenient to the trains, to the BTS or the MRT, and you're going to save money there. So there's a way to save money. You don't have to spend like a baller every night. You don't have to go to the rooftop bars. You don't have to go to the clubs. You don't have to get craft beer every night. You know, you don't have to drink every night, because if you do that, suddenly this cheap city becomes super expensive. And instead of living in Bangkok, it feels like you're living in Manhattan in New York City. Another thing is, if you're not living off baht currency, in other words, you're bringing money from your home country, the currency exchange is tough right now. It's like 32.5 baht for a dollar. And that's, the dollar's weaker and the baht is stronger now. And so you're not going to get the exchange rate that you could maybe even just a year ago. Now that'll fluctuate, it'll go up and down, and maybe things will change down the road, but you have to be aware of that. It's not so much inflation, it's the currency exchange rate that's affecting how much it costs to live here in Bangkok. So just understand that, and budget accordingly. Another thing I would say before I move on to the next item is, if you're planning on living here for an extended period of time, say you want to do 90 days at a time, with a 60-day free entry and the extension for 30, or you want to live on some sort of a visa where you can stay a longer period of time, don't live like you're on vacation. Don't live like you're on holiday. Live like you're a resident here, because you will budget better that way. Instead of living like you're on holiday and you're blowing money every day, you're gonna go through your savings and your money really quick if you're not careful. All right, number 6, the legal and cultural blind spots. You know, Thailand has rules, lots of them, but you're not going to find a manual at Suvarnabhumi Airport when you fly in. If you disrespect the royals, get in bar fights, insult someone's honor, that equals big trouble here in Thailand. You get arrested, deported, blacklisted, or even worse. So you got to be careful. Understand the culture. Understand that you're in their country as a guest. Treat it like that. If you go to a friend's house back in the U.S. or back in your home country, you're a guest there and you act that way, right? I would hope so. Do that here. Respect their culture. I've seen it. I've heard about it. I've seen it in person. I've seen it on YouTube. Too many expats come here and act like they act at home or act like they're entitled. They look down on the locals. It's not a good look, and really it's a fast track for bad things to happen to them. And it might not happen right away, but it's going to happen eventually if you keep up that kind of attitude. Don't raise your voice in public. There's certain things you don't do in Thailand. I've seen this before where macho guys, macho Westerners are walking around Bangkok with their shirt off, showing off their bods. That's not a good look. You may think it's cool to show off your body, but it's not cool. The Thai women don't appreciate it. There's a place for that on the beach or in the gym, but not in downtown Bangkok. That they look down on that. All right, number 7, the comfort zone trap. Bangkok can be so convenient. You know, trains will take you everywhere. You know, you got Grab everywhere, tuk-tuks, great malls, over 100 malls in Bangkok, I think. Street food and night markets everywhere. Bars, restaurants, it's all there. It's all for you. Especially when you're in Bangkok, in central Bangkok, it's so easy to feel like you're still in the West. So you tend to stop growing. You don't learn the language because most people in the major touristy areas speak English, at least enough to have a conversation and get what you need. You end up hanging out with only expats. If you're really lazy, maybe you just order Grab food for delivery every night and just stay in your apartment. Suddenly, you're stuck in that lazy bubble. So get out of that bubble. Force yourself to do things that's outside of your comfort zone. Learn a Thai language. Join a pickleball club or a tennis club or a golf. You know, go to Muay Thai events or learn Muay Thai. Join clubs that have not only expats, but also Thai people in it. So you're mingling with the locals and you get a better understanding of their culture. It's comfortable, sure, to stay in that comfort zone and being that lazy zone, but it's not a living. You didn't come to Thailand to do the same thing you did back home, right? I would hope not. So I would say challenge yourself to do something different. All right, there's my list of 7. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Bangkok can be a great, great city, but can also eat you up and spit you out and really ruin you if you let it. Don't let it. If you haven't been to Bangkok before, come out, enjoy it. If you like big city life, you're gonna love Bangkok, I guarantee it. If you're not a big city person, you might not like it. It might be a little overwhelming for you, but it certainly has something for everyone if you allow it. Just don't overdo it. I've seen guys thrive here. I've got friends that do extremely well here. I've seen people crash and burn here. Which one are you gonna be? Anyway, stay smart, stay humble, stay grounded, and Bangkok won't eat you alive. It will feed your soul. Like, share, and subscribe, and put in the comments below if I missed anything. If you've been to Bangkok or if you live here, let me know how you feel. And as always, live life, my friend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.